Stage 2, the movie. The movie's name is Descendants 2. The story begins with Mal. She is one of the girls brought from the island of the lost by the prince, the beauties and the best son, who is her boyfriend. The boys they brought for the island had already got used to being there and already they weren't bad, but Mal sometimes used magic to make his boyfriend fall in love, but he discovered he and they had a long fight in which Mal felt very bad to be decided to go to the island of the lost. Her boyfriend and friends went to bring her. When they arrived, they were discovered by some of the villains and they took the prince with Yuma, the Ursula's daughter. She was the enemy of Mal. While that was happening, Mal was with an old friend who was younger than she, who was a stylist. While her friends searched for her until they finally found her, they wanted to convince her, but it was not possible. Then she went to her best friend to try. At first, she was a little distraught since the little stylist was a great friend of hers. But then she got to the point and told her that her boyfriend had been taken. She quickly went to where he was and made a deal with Uma, her enemy, that she would bring her fairy grandmother one in exchange for the prince, which is very dangerous since it would free the villains. But she had a great idea, which was to ask her friend to print one with a 3D printer. While they did, she waited with her best friend. When her friends arrived with the wand, she went directly to her boyfriend, and when she was about to exchange the wand for her boyfriend, Uma asked her to try it. So luckily she was next to a dog who was talking about something she ate. So she decided to simulate a spell in which she would make the dog speak, and he succeeded. Therefore, they made the change and left. Yuma managed to realize and followed them. She managed to leave. They all arrived safely. The next day, Mel would marry to the prince, but that day Uma gave the prince a love potion. The moment of the wedding arrived and Uma ruined everything. Therefore, the prince for the potion was about to marry her, but Mal interrupted and managed to undo it. But Uma, which became an octopus, tried to do damage, but Mal became a dragon and took her out of there. Then, when everything was calmer, the prince asked him if he could do something for them. They say they want some boys to be brought from the island who were really good at accepting, and they all lived happily. Um, what did you learn about the movie? The film teaches us about the value of friendship, loyalty, honesty, show us that we are all same, that sometimes we look more at the things that others have and we don't see those of ourselves. It also shows us that there is a lot of envy in people's lives, which is not a good thing. Finally, it shows us that being united is very important to achieve our goals. Understanding and sincerity, dialogue, and respect for other people. How did the film make you feel? It made me feel a little identifying, perhaps remembering my childhood. Also, that we must not forget who we are or where we come from, and that we must think that all our actions have consequences, which is why we must always act well and very calmly. In addition to being an apparently childish film, it has a very profound message since it has a lot of connotation in ethical and moral values. How does the movie relate to the academic program you are studying? The film has a very curious relationship with industrial engineering since it teaches us that we should not wait for others to fail before we emerge. This means that we must wait ahead on our own merits. It teaches us that we must be good leaders, that we will always need each other, and that we must have every close relation with everyone around us. Always, both in daily life and in the industries, you must have good communication. It is very important to have sincere relationships. We must absolutely respect everyone, and we must adapt to the environment in which we are to develop. Another ending for the movie could be no, I think it is an excellent ending. This is the perfect ending, and of course it will continue.